Our next guest is a famous environmental activist who is here to tell us about the water crisis in Flint, Michigan. Please welcome Erin Brockovich. So everyone knows you as the environmental activist who became famous for your work in Hinckley, California. I admire you. Like, you're a real life superhero. You're like water Batman. Is there? How are you getting involved in the crisis in Flint, Michigan? How did you first find out about it?
From the community. About a year ago, they contacted me. And people were concerned about the changes of the color of the water. They were concerned about the smell of the water. They became concerned about their family. So oftentimes when we get called, we'll send investigators out, which we did. And we actually even wrote a protocol for the city on how to treat the situation so they didn't have
And when was that?
Call out. This time last year.
A year ago?
Yes.
Okay, so let's give people an idea of what's going on. Now, this is water coming out of a hydrant.
Fire hydrant.
We may expect this not to be necessarily the cleanest water in the city, but it's supposed to be potable water, correct?
It is,
Yeah.
and it's definitely concerning to see that color.
Okay, now this is coming out of a sink right there, and it's at a hospital. This is the water coming out of a sink at a hospital. And then this is just somebody at a protest holding up a jug of water. How did this happen?
This happened, the city was having some obvious financial issues, and they hired an emergency city manager, and they made a decision to switch the water systems. And everybody's water quality is different, so you can't just willy-nilly start changing river systems. So they switched from the Detroit water, which is from Huron, to using the Flint River water, which is very corrosive. And what happened was when it hit the system, it caused all the lead, the iron, the manganese, and the copper to leach out from the lead pipes. And all that lead was delivered to the residents and their tap.
Well, people need water every day. What are people going to do?
Well, everybody has been graciously delivering bottled water. One thing that they need to do right away is find the right ion exchange resin filtration so everybody can have a water filter at their tap and on their shower head to provide some measure of safety until this problem is ultimately corrected.
Is there a way to filter out lead?
There is. You have to have the exact type of ion exchange resin, which is sold, which they can find, but the state should be providing that for every single household, every single family member, period.
I've been reading lately that there are elevated lead levels in drinking water, not only in many cities in Michigan, but in many cities in the United States, especially on the east of the Mississippi River. Is this just the tip of the leadberg out there for what we're drinking? Am I drinking lead? Is there lead in that water we've provided for you tonight? If this came out of a tap in New York City?
Well, I couldn't tell you the answer to that for certain. Right now about this water, I can tell you that Flint, Michigan is the tip of the iceberg. I can tell you for certain that this is a national crisis that we're not getting ready to face. The crisis is already here. Even since Flint has hit the national stage, we've now found out that Sebring, Ohio, has the same problem, and they realize they've been delivering their customers lead. The same thing has just now been happening down in Louisiana, and we're hearing rumors, I haven't verified it before I came out, that they're having the same situation in Wisconsin. So the answer is yes. We've been treating water differently with something called chloramines, which is very acidic, and it's causing, our infrastructure is very old, and it's causing all the iron and the lead and the manganese and the copper and everything in these pipes to leach out because it's a cheaper way than doing what they should be doing. And it's affecting many municipalities across the United States.
Well, if there are people out there who want to help, what can they do?
One thing that you can still do is the American Red Cross. They are out there doing
Are they providing water?
They are providing assistance and water to the community. And I think that one thing that's really important that everyone can do, there's a local hero out there. Her name is Dr. Mona. She has done an incredible job with these children, and so many thousands of children are going to be poisoned by this lead that's going to impact them for the rest of their life, we'll probably never be able to permanently remove the lead. You could be looking at neurological conditions, learning disabilities, and she's setting up a foundation to focus specifically on how we can help those children and their medical care going forward and for the rest of their life. Her name is Dr. Mona. She's going to start a foundation. So look for that, please.
Well, Erin, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much.
Erin Brockovich, everybody. We'll be right back.